All right, before we jump in, just a quick but really important reminder. This is all for educational purposes. It is absolutely not financial advice.
Okay, let's get right into it, because wow, there's really no other word for day 137 of the PLAZM protocol than historic. We're looking at what is, without a doubt, the most milestone-dense day in the protocol's entire history.
It all kicked off with this number, a staggering 29.3% surge in a single day. Normally, a move like that would be the entire story, right?
But this wasn't just some random spike. This rally, it's the exclamation point on a week of just relentless, incredible forward momentum.
I mean, look at that, a 73% gain in just 7 days. Truly unbelievable. But here's the crazy part. The price isn't even the main headline today. The real story is a historic triple threat.
Yeah, you heard that right. For the very first time, 3 monumental, game-changing milestones all hit on the exact same day. We're talking the vault, the burn rate, and the real yield all crossing critical thresholds at the same time. Let's break them down one by one.
First up, the protocol's yield-generating engine, the vault. It has just reached a whole new peak of strength.
And there it is, 200.18 ETH. The vault has officially, for the first time ever, crossed that 200 ETH line. That's a huge psychological and, frankly, financial landmark.
The journey to get here has been something else. The acceleration, especially that 51 ETH surge in just 2 days recently. It just shows you the vault's growing power. That's a 52% increase in its holdings since day 84. So why is this such a big deal? Well, because this ETH represents permanent yield infrastructure. It's powered by this exploding number of bonds. We're up another 174 in just the last 2 days. Every single one of those is like a little permanent engine, strengthening the protocol's entire financial defense system.
Okay, on to the second historic milestone, deflationary pressure. The burn mechanism just hit a number that, honestly, fundamentally changes the supply dynamics of the entire protocol.
I really want you to just let this sink in for a second. 1 in 5. Of every single PLAZM token that has ever existed, 1 out of every 5 is now just gone. Permanently, irreversibly.
And this just shows the exponential power of that burn engine. We went from just 3% of the supply burned back on day 84 to 20% today. That is an 11.4 times increase in just 53 days. The rate of token destruction is just staggering.
All right, let's move to our third and final milestone of the day, and this one is huge because it's about real-world revenue, the cash flow being generated by the protocol's engine.
$81,051. The yield engine didn't just squeak past the $80,000 mark, it blew right through it. And remember, this is cumulative, real trading fee revenue that the protocol has claimed.
And just like we saw with the vault, this connects directly back to that bond growth. When you add 174 new yield-generating assets in 2 days, that means more perpetual revenue capacity is being built in. The engine is literally, tangibly getting stronger every single day.
So you've got all these milestones hitting at once. What's the end result for the market? It's simple, a powerful and accelerating compression of the available supply.
I mean, the scale of this compression is just incredible. Go back to day 84, and 50% of the total supply was considered liquid. Today, that number has been slashed to just 24%. The amount of freely circulating tokens has been more than cut in half.
And this is what it looks like today. When you add up the staked supply, the permanently burned supply, and the supply locked in liquidity pools, a mind-boggling 76% of all PLAZM is now in what we'd call a protected state, insulated from immediate sell pressure.
But you know, if today's story wasn't already big enough, the forecast for what's coming next might just be the most shocking piece of data of them all. We are about to walk into an unprecedented period of low token releases.
Just look at this schedule. We're already in a pretty light period, right? But watch what happens as we get closer to day 144. The numbers don't just go down. They fall off a cliff into territory we have literally never seen before.
1,668. That's it. That is the total number of PLAZM tokens projected to be released on day 144. This is going to be, by a huge margin, the single lightest release day in the protocol's entire history.
So what does a number that low even mean?
It means on that day, the daily buyback and burn system is estimated to be deploying nearly 6,000% more capital than the value of the tokens being released. The defense system will be orders of magnitude bigger than any potential sell pressure.
So let's just put it all together on one scorecard. A massive price rally, the vault crossing 200 ETH, burns hitting that critical 1 in 5 mark, real yield blasting past $81,000, and liquid supply squeezed to a fraction of its former self. This is what a protocol hitting its stride looks like. 29.3%, 200 ETH, 20% burned, $81,000 in real yield, 8,737 bonds, and day 144, 1,668 tokens. No, that's not a typo. 1,668. 3 milestones, 1 day. This is day 137, this is PLAZM.
Thank you for joining this analysis. Please remember that past performance is not indicative of future results, and you should always do your own research before making any financial decisions. Never invest more than you can afford to lose.